Hey friends, it's Coach T and we're back and we are talking about all things related to business as usual. What's new, right? Well, I had a lot of people asking me about the lucrative pre-launch method, which is my proprietary method for having organic marketing strategies in your business. And what's really cool about the method is that it works with everything. It works with products, it works with services. And so I thought, why not break down the overall, view of what the lucrative pre-launch method is and what can you do to start using it in your business. Now, of course, this is an overview. And I'll be checking back and forth here with my notes, but it's an overview. So if you want more in-depth information, you're going to have an opportunity to be able to get that. But first, let's talk about what is it? Well, I call it the number one pre-launching method. And so by pre-launching, what I mean is, hey, it's the method that's going to allow you to sell out your products or your services before you ever actually launch. Because see, the problem with most masterminds and coaches and strategists is that people keep talking about, hey, design this digital course. Hey, put together this app, put together this product. But nobody tells you, yeah, that's nice. I put it together, but who the hell is going to buy this thing? Where are the people who are going to buy it? You're going to have spent all this money producing a product. You're going to have all these memberships at Kajabi and Teachable, and you're going to have paid for ads, and then it's going to be crickets. Nobody's going to know what the heck is going on. They don't even know who you are, let alone what your product is. And so this method that I teach basically does all that prep work so that by the time you launch, everybody knows who the hell you are. They know what your products and services are. It's all good. And so I'm going to show you how to do all this stuff without actually paying for a single ad. Now, I've got a love-hate relationship with ads. You may have heard my story before. If we've got time, we'll get into it. But I want to jump into the juicy stuff. So first questions first. A lot of people say, hey, does this method work for products? Does this method work for services? And the answer is hell yes. It works if you're product-based. It works if you're service-based. It works if you're an MLM, an NWM. I don't care what you've got. If you've got a product or service, this thing is going to work for you. So if you're somebody out here who's ever experienced opening cart, you had a lack of buyers for your products and services. You open cart, there was freaking silence. You spent a lot of money on ads and got no ROI. Maybe you are getting some sales, but it's inconsistent. It's up, it's down, it's all around. And maybe you're somebody out here who's on all the social media platforms, and I mean all of them. You're creating a lot of content and you're getting nobody to buy anything. So essentially you're wasting time. If you're somebody who's experienced any of this stuff, then hell yeah, listen up. You need it. The lucrative pre-launch method will walk you through what to do. So the formula that I teach you really helps you figure out what do you need to be doing and what can you get rid of so that you're actually doing stuff that matters. So for people who are listening to me for the first time, I'm Coach T. I'm a 7-figure business strategist. I'm also the CEO of a marketing, sales, and PR agency. And so I've scaled 4 businesses. Some of those I have exited. And I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs who have learned how to utilize the methods that I teach, apply them to their businesses, and have, 6 figures, multi-6 figures, 7-figure years, sometimes 6-figure months. And all that done without a single penny on ads. And we've been featured all over the place for this stuff. Fox, NBC, ABC, Business Insider. So it's good. But what's really cool about the methods that I teach is that, hey, they don't require a lot of time. I'm really intentional. So yes, I do like being an entrepreneur. It's part of who I am. It's part of what my makeup is all about. But I also happen to be a mom. I've got 4 kids under the age of 7. I get to say 7 now as of the last couple of weeks. My son just turned 7. And I'm obviously hosting this podcast. I love golf. I love football. I love all this stuff. But in order for me to enjoy life, it's really important that I'm intentional with my business. I get in and I get out. I serve my clients, but my objective is not to spend a lot of time on social media and, loving likes, right? That's not why I do anything. I do it so I can get customers and I can serve them, that I can get home and I can serve them, right? Which is what your objective should be. So here's the sold out formula debunked. Let's break this baby down real quick. The first thing is you've got to build an audience. The second thing is you must build organic relationships, meaning, again, no paid ads. We've got to build organic relationships with people where they're wanting to get to know us deeply and we're wanting to get to know them deeply so that we can figure out what the heck they need so we can deliver it to them, serve it to them on a silver platter, and boom. We're going to get the market research from that organic relationship where they're going to tell us what they like, what they don't like, what they need, what they don't need. And once we serve it to them on this silver platter, they're going to buy it because we're not guessing as to what they want. They've told us specifically what they want, and we built a relationship. And now we've got an audience. So it's a done deal. That's the sold out formula. So again, it's first building an audience, 2, building organic relationships with your audience, 3, conducting market research throughout that organic relationship, and then 4, having people buy. Cha-ching. That's the moment you've been waiting for. Well, let's talk about how you generate leads. Let's get to that because a lot of people are saying, well, that's great. You're talking about getting customers. I don't even have any leads. And now you're saying I don't even need paid ads. Well, how are we doing that? I have no idea. So the 4 keys for you having a 6-figure month, a 6-figure launch, whatever, is the first thing is we got to do lead generation. We've got to audience build. 2, we've got to come up with an engagement strategy. There's no way around not having it. Then we've got to have a magnetic offer creation, meaning we put this offer out there. It's so hot. It's so juicy. It magnetizes people that they say, heck yeah, I'm in, I'm doing it. And then there's the whole launch design. So whether you officially have a launch or not, by launch design, I mean, how are we putting this product out there? What's our plan for getting it out there? So that's what we're talking about there. But listen, folks, all of you are really in luck because what's really cool is that there's no better time to be an online business than now. As of the last time the Pew Research Center did a report, which was back at the beginning of 2020, they were talking about the number of people who are buying online. The number of people who are looking for things to purchase online. So these are not your store goers. These are not your brick and mortar folks. These are people who hang out primarily online. They're ready to spend money. Well, these are a lot of people, folks. It's 2.14 billion people. So if you've got a product or you've got a service, then you have a place where you can find your people. They're online. The people are online. They're ready to do something. What's really cool about this number is that it continues to go on and on and on and on every single year. It never goes down. It only goes up, which means there is no better time for you to put your product or service out into the stream of commerce than right now. So some of you who are listening have a product, you have a service. There are some of you who are working a 9-to-5, currently building somebody else's dream, but not for long, right? Because you're going to listen to Coach T and figure out how to undo that. But some of you are saying, I don't even know what I'm going to sell. What am I going to do? And this is when I kind of want to throw it out here. If you've got the passion, the heart, and most importantly, you've got the strategy, you could even be selling affiliate products for other people. Heck, Coach T has an affiliate program for all of our trainings and coaching programs. And they're best-selling programs that are featured on, Business Insider, Forbes, all this good stuff, right? So if that's the case, all you've got to do is put yourself behind a brand that you like, and you could sell their product or service. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We need to, be Henry Ford and come up with, the next invention that's going to take over. You just need a strategy. And all that being said, figure out something that you believe in, latch onto it, and use the strategy. So where are you going to find the leads? Which is what we've been talking about. Well, they're on social media, whether you've got high ticket, mid tier, or low ticket. People who are ready to buy, they're online, they're ready to do it. And some people say, hey, Coach T, I sell high ticket. Where are these people? They're online, like everybody else. Anybody really doing much of anything is online. So why is it that I say no ads? Why do we not want ads? Well, there's a couple things. One, ad spend is unpredictable. You have no idea what's happening with ads, right? We don't know what return on investment you're going to get. We also don't know what the price point is for entry. So if, let's say, I'll give you this example. I teach clients organic strategies. I have a particular client who sells lashes of all things and is doing really, really, really well. And so she wanted to kick up the strategy another level and said, hey, the strategy that we've got that's organic is working well. Let me turn up the fire on it. As she said, let me light gasoline to it. I want to do ads. She does ads. Well, she does ads. The cost for ads is more expensive than any time in the history of her ever doing ads because it was around the holidays. She was blown away. She was hardly able to garner any customers for the amount of money that she spent, even though usually she spends X amount of money and gets X return. Well, this time, not even close, right? Before that, a couple months before that, I had clients who put money into ads. Facebook changed the algorithm. Mr. Zuckerberg changed it again. And then they were not able to get the ROI that they expected. And in fact, they were in the hole. So this is why I say ads, I don't love it. I don't think that's necessarily the strategy you need to get behind. So the strategy you need to get behind, folks, is getting leads, nurturing leads, creating a magnetic offer, and just like that, you are selling out. Things are done. Well, again, where are they, Coach T? You said social media. Which social media platforms? Well, the platforms I like, there's 6 that I find are really prosperous in terms of getting leads. The first is Instagram. The second is Pinterest. Third, TikTok. Fourth, Clubhouse. Fifth, LinkedIn. And sixth, our dear friend, Mr. Facebook himself. These are the places you want to hang out if you want to be having 6-figure months, 6-figure launches. Really good places to hang out. Now, some of you are saying, well, why didn't you say YouTube? Why didn't you say some of the other things? I'm telling you the top 6 platforms that are helping people generate money that are starting at 0. If I'm omitting a platform, it's likely because this is a platform that does better if you already have some traction on one of these. For instance, YouTube, right? So that's the why behind it. Let's talk about a couple of the platforms. Let's talk about what the platform's all about, why I think you should be there, the kind of stuff you should be doing there. Let's just riff for a little bit. Let's start with a familiar name, Instagram. A lot of people know what that is. For some of you who are new to the online space, you kind of know what it is, but you don't really know. So what is it? It's a photo and video sharing social media platform. Got it? It is the second largest social media platform in the entire world, only second to Facebook. And it's the second most downloaded app on, any app store. What's nice about it is that it's got a wide demographic of users. So you could have everything from the youngest type of user all the way to a more mature user base. So no matter who your customer is, if they've got a phone, even if they don't have an account that they're upkeeping themselves, they kind of know what Instagram is and generally know how to navigate their way around it. Now, one area that I see people really messing up on Instagram, and I'm just going to hit on one with the different platforms that we talk about, is the bio, right? Not having a bio that clearly makes you the expert. There are a lot of people saying things on Instagram and it's really confusing. What do you sell? What is your service? What is your product? What's going on here, folks? It's hard to understand. And what you'll see a lot of is somebody who throws up their name and then suddenly they've got pictures of them with this different product. That's not telling us what is going on here. Are you just a fan person of the product or service? If not, explain to us why you're the expert. That should be in the bio. Give us your expertise. Give us your official title. And also, I'd like to know who you serve. So if you're somebody who's selling detox teas, for example, well, who's the audience? Who do you serve? Do you help busy moms who are trying to lose a few pounds? If you're selling, if you've got an app, who do you work with? Do you work with, intermediate level photographers who are, trying to embark on a new business venture. What are we doing and who do we serve? Don't make your audience guess who you serve, which is a big problem. A lot of times people are saying, oh yeah, they know who I serve. They could just look at the Instagram grid and see. Why make people do more work? Because more work means, hey, they might not be sticking around long. Let's jump into Mr. Pinterest. Pinterest, what is it? Well, it's a visual search engine. It's essentially Google Images, but on Pinterest. So you put in something that you're interested in, let's say meal plans, boom, all these things with meal plans show up. It'll be curated by pictures. So you got to have like nice images. And once you click on it, there will be the juice. There will be the meat, all the stuff inside that'll tell you, oh, here's the meal plan. Here's where you can find out more information, those sorts of things. Why do I like this thing? Well, I like it because Pinterest people are ready to buy. The Pew Research Center said that the average person on Pinterest has an income, singular income, not household, of about $150,000. What we know is that when people get on Pinterest, they're positioned to buy. They've already done their research on the Google machine and other places. They know what they want. Now it's just a matter of figuring out, who do I want to go with? Which service do I want? Why this versus that? So that's really important. So they're browsing with intent. They're really serious. So what do? The first thing I would do for anybody who's trying to figure out Pinterest, they're trying to debunk it. It would be, let's figure out a good lead magnet, a good tripwire, a good freebie. Okay. Let's figure out what that is. Let's go back to the example of meal plans. So let's say you are a nutritionist. Maybe you make a freebie that's a nutrition guide for the busy college student, because college students are your niche, or a nutrition guide for the busy mom on the go, because moms on the go are your niche. Let's figure that out. Let's create nice pictures, right? So that people want to click on the freebie. And then from there, outline, the freebie, have what's inside. If you stay tuned to us over the next several episodes, I'll tell you sort of some other things that you should put on this pin so that people go from looking at the freebie to actually purchasing with you. So that's important. Now, the next one I want to talk about is TikTok. A lot of people talk about TikTok. A lot of people think they know what TikTok is. Let's break it down. What we do know is that it's a video sharing app, anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds of content. We know that there's roughly 5 million monthly downloads of the app globally. Did you hear that? 500 million. A lot of people are saying, this is for young people. This is not for me. I don't dance. I don't do any of that stuff. What's up here? Well, we know that over 200 million people who are on the platform are people who are over age 30. So if you want to talk about people who can actually afford your program or buy your products and services, they're also on TikTok. You want to think about that. The biggest thing that you want to be thinking about is, how do you create content that's of two types? The first one is evergreen content, where you are educating people about your services or your products, what you do, what's going on with it, why they need it. Educate people. We know that the number one reason why people don't buy, they say there's no money and there's no time, but we know that they don't understand what the heck we do and how it could transform their lives. Because if they knew, they'd be buying. So evergreen content that explains that. And then the second thing is always going to be that viral content. So checking out the challenges, seeing what's going on, checking it out, and then creating TikTok content around that. Then let's talk about one more before we close this thing out. And if you're liking this, you're going to want to stay tuned to the coming episodes, because we're going to keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper into this. Let's talk about Clubhouse for lead generation. What is it? Well, it's a social media app for drop-in audio conversations. You jump in there, conversations are ongoing, you're listening. Why is it a good place to hang out? We know that people who are that invested in sitting around listening to audio are people who are invested in themselves. They're invested in their businesses. They are learners. They are people who want to find out more. If they're that invested in free content, if you can convince them that you have got the next transformative thing for their lives, whether it be a product or service, we know they're going to invest in you. So it's a great place to be. The important thing about Clubhouse, though, is finding your niche and becoming an expert in that niche to an audience on Clubhouse. You want to be able to find a tribe, a group of people who are going to want to hear what you have to say. So doing your research to figure out, well, what are some existing clubs that are on the platform that I could very well, help with, right? How can I help those founders that made those clubs? How can I help them keep creating content without them having to create it? How can I be of service and also be becoming an expert in the field on Clubhouse so that people want to buy things? So that's just a little taste, folks, of the types of things I teach with the lucrative pre-launch method. So all of you are in luck. You're in luck because we have coming up a free 3-day social media sales funnel training. And so for 3 days, we're going to help you build out a social media sales funnel, figuring out what's the platform for you, what to do when you get on the platform, how do we turn leads into actual sales, what do we do next to continue the relationship, how do we have a lifetime buyer in each customer that we get, what do we do? Well, we're going to be going over all that. I will tell you this, it is free. There is a limited number of space. We don't have a lot of space, so you're going to want to sign up. Look at the links. Sign up, snag your spot. If you've got entrepreneur friends who are wanting to make a move, then you're going to want to also make sure that they have an opportunity to sign up. Bring a friend. So as long as you can sign up, all is well. And with that, folks, I'm going to see you on the next episode. I can't wait to see you again as we delve further into how we're going to take your business to the next level in 2022. Let's do it. Bye for now.